Hey everyone, it's Michelle the Vegan Hippie, and today I'm going to be doing a craft video. I have not done one of these in a very long time. I always mean to do them, but I just really never have time. But something I like to do is make baskets out of newspaper. And a couple years ago I made these little heart-shaped baskets for Valentine's Day. So, since Valentine's Day is this week, I thought I would show you how I did it. So to get started, we need to make our twine, which is newspaper. This is coiled newspaper, and you can see it's really hard. Once you glue it, paint it and glue it and seal it, it becomes really hard. So, yeah. Okay, and you can do this in any size heart. The only thing you need to remember is that you need an odd number of I can't remember what you call these. You need to start with an odd number of, I don't remember if it's warped or weft. Warp or weft. I cannot remember. Anyway, I'll explain more when I get to that part. So the first thing we need to do is make our coils. So I'm going to show you that. So you can do this with newspaper. You can do this with, like, I get a lot of junk mail that I recycle this way. So, and for like 3 months, I was getting the Chicago Tribune for free, and I don't know why. And finally I called and I said, why am I getting this? And they said, oh, it's a complimentary copy. I said, well, okay, I don't want it anymore. Anyway, I didn't throw them out, so now I have a ton of newspaper, which I'm going to use all, because I like to make other baskets too, but I'll show you, hopefully show you those in another video. Okay, so this is your newspaper. This is a full-size sheet, so we're going to cut this in half on the fold here, and I use a paring knife. You can use any kind of really sharp knife that you have, and just go along the fold and cut it, and that's it. And then, to make sure that it's even and all your pieces are the same, make sure these top edges are together. We're going to fold it this way, because you know sometimes they don't fold them dead center. So okay, and then we're going to cut this part in half. Might be too thick, so right. Make sure you're not, you can use scissors too, but once you get a rhythm going, the knife, the paring knife can really help you. Okay. And you're going to want to cut tons and tons of these out. See, look at all these I have. This is just one little stack that I have. But I'm going to use these to make the basket. Alright, so fold this in half again. So I'm going to cut it this time, my paring knife, I don't know what's going on with it. And these don't have to be perfect. Just roughly the same size. So, but you will need a lot of them. Okay, you will need some glue too. You will also need a skewer. I find these throughout the grocery store. I don't remember what part, but I always buy them when I see them because I use them for crafts. I never use them for food. But you need a skewer. You need some glue. School glue is fine. Okay, so alright. So you take your newspaper, and it doesn't matter the size. If you made it really long, the strip longer. If you didn't, you just have a longer tube. But I like this size. It's easier to work with these smaller projects. So just put your skewer at one end, like so, and you're going to roll it as tight as you can. I forgot to open my glue. And just put a little dab. Less is more. Don't put a lot because it'll take longer to dry. And just twist it around like that. Pull it off, and there you go. Okay, I'll show you another one. I don't even know how many of these I've made. Thousands. Just make sure this is tight or it's going to come undone. And you're going to notice when you make these tubes, one end is going to be thinner than the other end. See, I don't remember where I started. The end that you finish with will be thinner than the end that you started with, if that makes sense. Okay? So, you're going to need to make lots and lots and lots of these. So, I'm going to show you how to make a heart. So, you get the perfect heart. Let me find my paper. So, you take any piece of paper, any ad that you found, whatever, on the fold. This is the fold. Where's my pencil? And you're just going to draw a heart on the fold. You're going to draw half the heart. Okay. You start anywhere. Okay. And then take a marker. Lost my marker already. And here it is. And you're going to go over your line so you can see it better. Okay. We're going to cut this. Now, I would cut it on the inside line. And you have your heart. Okay, and then you're going to take this heart and take a piece of cardboard. This is going to be your base for your basket. Okay, and you're going to trace this out. Two of them, you need two of them. And what I do is I go along the paper, half on the paper and half on the cardboard. Okay, and then you're going to cut along this inside line too. Okay, you're going to do two of those and then cut them out, which I've already done here. Okay, you're going to take one of them. You're going to cover this all up, but if you have tape on it like this, I'm going to put that on the inside. Okay, so you'll need a hot glue gun. Well, you don't need a hot glue gun, but for this part it helps get you started faster. Now, so for this part, you need an odd amount of tubes. So I think that small one I had 13. Hold on. Okay, let's try this again. Make sure my camera is recording. I'm having a lot of issues with this today. Okay, now I have to hurry up because my camera died, and I don't have any more lithium batteries or rechargeable batteries, so I had to put regular, and we know those don't last long. Okay, alright, so I was saying, alright, one at the end here, need two here, or one there and one there. Okay, let's try this again. My hot glue gun has been heated up. Alright, and we're going to add a tube here. going to add one here. And when they're dry and standing up, they won't cross each other. They'll be like that. Having a hard time getting this video done. First the battery died, then I have the wrong batteries, and my hot glue gun was unplugged. Basket was wrong. I hope the rest goes good. Side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to space them out as evenly as you can. I kind of like to place them first before I glue. Okay, once you have all your tubes on, we're going to glue the top part of the heart. So just put a nice generous dose of hot glue here. Hey everyone, it's Michelle, back trying to complete my heart-shaped basket again. I've had so many problems trying to make this basket, and hope today's a better day. Alright, so I have all my tubes on, spaced out as evenly as I can get them in an odd amount. So now we're going to actually start the weaving. So take one of your tubes. And I don't think I mentioned previously, it's hard to say how many tubes you're going to need. It depends on your heart. It depends on how tight your weaving is. It just depends on a lot of things. So, but just make a ton of them. Okay, so take one of your tubes. We're going to fold it in about 1 inch or so. And then you're going to take, let me turn this around. Take the point in here. And we're going to kind of hook it on here. And glue it. And just a little glue, you don't need a lot, because the more you put on, the longer it's going to take to dry. Okay, and we're going to put the clothespin on there to hold it until it dries. And you want your weaving to sit on the edge of your heart here. You don't want it to go down below there, because we're going to cover that up later. Okay? So, okay, this one is over. Now this one will be under, and I'm going to glue the first 2 rounds to help make the shape. So I'm going to glue every one. Okay, so that one's under. And it helps if you have all these little clothespins. And this one is over. This one is under. And they do make really tiny, small clothespins. If you can find them, it might be a little easier. Okay. What was that one? Under. This one is over. And when you get to the round parts here, just bend your tube to the shape of the heart. now we need to add to our tube, our weaving tube. Okay. So what you're going to do, so I can tell by looking at my tube this is the wider end, so I'm going to insert the smaller end of the next tube in here. I'm going to put it in, make sure it fits, because sometimes they don't fit. You got to unblock the paper. So just put a little glue in there and insert the tube. And you're ready to continue. Okay, now when we get to this part, so I'm gonna clip this over here so it's out of my way. Alright, this will be under. Once you get the first 2 rounds done, it'll be a lot easier because your shape will be made already. Okay. So a little glue. And then you want to bend your tube to follow the shape of the top of the heart. That one was under, so this one will be over. So now I can undo this one. I can put a little glue in there. And clip it so it holds. You definitely want these to hold good. And then just the same thing, follow the shape of the heart. Alright, that was over. This one needs to be under. Okay, I took all my clothespins off because they were all dried. I'm going to start the second round. So, take your tube. This is how I do it, but if you find something easier, works for you, go ahead. And pinch it like that. Just so you get the shape of the heart. But this one is going to go under. So that one's under, that one's over. And just, it's under, over, all the way around. And we're just going to put a clothespin here to hold this. You can glue this second round if you want to. But I'm not going to do that for sake of the video. Okay, I'm going to add another one. Okay, I'm going to finish, I'm going to do a couple more rounds and then just continue in and out, you know, over, under, and you can make it as high as you want. I'm going to do about maybe 2 or 3 inches, and then I'll see you back to show you how to finish it off. So I've done a few, but maybe about 2 inches around. This is my last row. I ended up ending, my tube ended like at the end here, which is perfect. Then it's less noticeable. So just, and I've left my clothespins on just to keep everything in place. I'm going to do that right here too. So, you get to the end here, kind of manipulate it, and then you're going to fold it over and just glue it down to the tube below it, just a little. Okay, now we're going to cut these tubes off, but you're going to leave maybe about 1.5 inches. Just cut them all off. I normally do, so see, this one is underneath, so you're going to fold it outwards. Okay, and then we're going to tuck it in as far as we can. Just normally I do all the ones that would be folded outward first. It's just the way I've always done it. And then I go and do the ones on the inside. Okay, so this is okay. And the inside ones, if they're the same, you're just gonna fold them inside or towards the inside of the basket. Okay. Now, let me clean up a little, and we're going to paint. I always forget this part too when I'm making these. And a tip for when you're painting with acrylic is add a little water to it, and it paints better. There's no ridges and like streak marks. Might take a little longer to dry, but no streak marks. Alright, we're just going to let this dry before we put a seal on it, a sealer, and then I'll come back when this is dry and see you later. Okay everyone, I let my heart dry about 1.5 hours, something like that, but you want to make sure it dries before you put on your finishing coat. So in our finishing coat is just going to be a little water and some more glue. Build it. And just make. Okay. And adding water to it helps. It thins it out a little. It makes a more even coat. And I'm gonna add this little decorative piece to the inside, and this is actually just a napkin. So this is a 2-ply napkin. Found a package of these. And you just cut it out. Oops. I use these napkins for a lot of decorating. And save this, you could use that for something too. You know, you get the gist. And then just take, this is a 2-ply, so just take the 1-ply off. We're going to use this. Sometimes they're 3-ply, so you have 2 layers. Okay, so, and this just fits very nicely inside there. Okay, and now with this, you don't want a lot of glue because it'll wrinkle it up and bubble, and you can't get rid of the bubbles. And just center it as best as you can. And just add a very thin coat. And then just give everything else a good coat of your glue. Now for my other baskets, I used a different kind of sealer that had glitter in it, but I used it all, so I don't have any more of that. But you could add glitter to your regular school glue, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm just using this napkin to decorate. Alright, this is basically done. This would be cute to put a little Valentine gift in. You know, wrap it up in some tissue. After it's completely dried, of course. Okay, alrighty. Okay, I'm going to show you my other ones again. This is, I don't know if you could see the sparkly in there, but you can see I can't even bend it now. That's how hard the glue makes it. But it's really sparkly. There's that one. And then the pink one I did. Or, you know, these would be great as just to set like on a dresser, and you could put your little trinkets and everything in there. But that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. Please give me a thumbs up if you did. I would appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'm going to try and do another craft video soon. So I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.